All right, Shalom, first and foremost. I want to give praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Hakwadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us his truth. But Shalom to Akim that pushed the word across the four corners of this globe without truth and sincerity, Bahasham, Rakah, Hakwadash. Pretty much, that's on the basis lesson upon the Matthew's, the 7th chapter. I really, I want to focus upon, on what separates, this truth, between, those that's, calling themselves to believe in, the Most High, or, it's calling upon God or JC, and, but see, and really, it'd be the majority of our people, of Jakes, that be out in the world, that are lost in this world, that are stuck, in their own, ignorance, that may have came across as truth, but really, their first initial reaction is just, to ultimately, to reject this truth, and just really, just fucking stay into their own ways on what they believe to be the Most High, or what makes them feel good, and this is why Jake don't understand. This is why Jake don't understand when they go through things, or why things happen, or why, or what's about to happen, or what is, like getting ready to happen, or why things happen, and really, not understanding prophecy, or really understanding, the way of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Matter of fact, let me get this quick precept. This is Sirach, chapter, this is chapter 19, verse 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Majority of our people don't, the first thing, is really to fear Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and Jake lack wisdom, man. This is why, majority of our people are rejected of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and how does it manifest, for those, for those Jakes that be rejected, is when, the prophets are out there, blatantly out in the open, warning you, and feeding you, a good knowledge, and what's Jake's initial reaction, the majority of Jakes, is to reject this truth, to start scoffing against the brothers, the prophets, and start, start like downplaying this truth, and discrediting, and just talk out their ass, and really, they're manifesting their lack of acknowledgement, towards the truth, and they have no idea that this is truly the way of the living power, man, But yeah, Jake talk about how much they love God, this and that, how much they know the Most High, how much they know the Bible, this and that, but you have no idea what you're coming up against, man. And this is truly the way of the true living power, man. His true name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. But verse 18, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom attaineth love. That fear, man. That's why, Jake lack wisdom. Because why? Because they lack fear of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. I'll get that in Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7, the fear of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's majority of our people, man. They despise wisdom and they despise instruction. You know what I'm saying? out there in the highways and byways. You seen countless upon countless of Israelites, that just keep walking, it just keeps walking by, or coming to the camera to show out the ass and just like act a fool, but there's still a balance because a very, very, very great small number, is actually taking heed, and majority of them, I'm saying, may not be, out there physically, in front of the camp, of brothers, but the majority of them be really, online, on the live stream and the comment boards and, just listening worldwide, but I'm saying the main point, the point I'm trying to bring in, I'm saying, is see, only the elect are going to take heed and show forth obedience. I'm saying, and those be accepted of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 19, the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency, man. Coming into this thing, you're being taught the understanding, and the truth of whom you ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ, man. You start to understand that, that they're, extremely austere powers, and, that you will be held accountable for your actions. See, you being in the Christian church or these other, idols and, false religions, you do anything as you please, man, and just fucking go to church on Sunday. You can be all types of abominable and wicked all throughout the week, but then you throw on your best Sunday fit, and now you're, this super maxed out holy person. You're a hypocrite, man, and the scriptures prove those type of individuals to be known as hypocrites. Which be the majority of, of our people, man. Because Jake, are ignorant to the law, statutes, and commandments. Jake is ignorant to the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Jake is ignorant as to why, the whole reason, of Yahweh even coming down, committing that sacrifice for the nation. Majority of our people, are taking that and, and saying how, all nations can be saved. Which is like imagine, you being rejected of your own nation, you took beatings, and stripes and lashes, a false, what's the word, the accusations, falsely, the cruel, just fucking mockings, all the way up to your death, all the way up to your the crucifixion, and here it is, you got your own people still, are giving that to, another idol, man. Your sacrifice and your, pain what you suffered for them, they're taking that and putting it upon, their own idols, upon their own graven images, man. See, this is why the knowledge is only going to be kept upon, the election, man. This thing is a secret, man. Because you see, Jake, no matter what it is, the majority of our people, the 2/3, they're going to always reject the Yahweh Shem Yahushua in every generation, man. And ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he doesn't want them to see this truth, man. But only upon his election. Salakia. Let me get back to I saw the 19th verse again. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency, man. You know? I'm saying, and and going back to the main topic of this lesson, so when you progress to understand the knowledge of the omnipotency of the living power Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, you start to be tried, upon your ways with this knowledge, man. You start to, endure, like try you, examine you, if you really are worthy to obtain this wisdom, and really have this, man. This is Matthew chapter 7. And the Lord, he spoke of this, man. Verse 13, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Majority of our people are in that straight gate. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, fucking atheism, money, women. They make money and women, their whole lifestyle, their whole everything, their whole, mindset. No time for Yahweh Shemel Shad, no time for obedience, repentance, no time for nothing. Just fucking, they doing as they will. And like no guidance, no discipline. You got Jake just smoking and just eating all types of abominations. So we need this truth, man. Like the one thing's for sure, you're taught mental discipline, man. Because why? Because the fear, of knowing what you're supposed to do, and and knowing what you're not supposed to do. And abiding by the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, on what he tells you what to do. It's really beneficial to you, man. Because see, you're not like wanton, undisciplined, like the majority. Are these people, man. That are walking in that that broad way. Because it's a destructive path, man. It's a destructive way, man. Their lifestyle is destructive. Destroying their bodies. And ultimately it's gonna lead to damnation in the end. But see, in this straight gate, which leadeth unto eternal life, eternal life, man. It's gonna be hard, man. Of course it's gonna be hard because in the end it's gonna be, a glory, a never before seen and beyond, man. Enter in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Few there be that find it, man. The elect are the only ones that's gonna be destined, to, obtain this, man. Whom it's, ordained for them to receive this thing, man. Those gonna be the ones that's go find this thing. But let me get this last precept in Second Esdras. This is Second Esdras chapter 7. I said a verse. I said verse 2. And he said unto me, Up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on my power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow, and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it, and to rule it, if he went not through the narrow? How could he come into the broad? There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion. You know what I'm saying? So, the angel came, to Esdras, and broke down this parable unto him, like a scenario, to where, the only way to get to these places, is set forth a path of difficulty, a narrow strait for them to get to these places. So much so, upon that city, that narrow place is talking about upon the city, to where on one side it's a fire, and the other side a deep water, and the way is so fucking narrow that literally only one man is able to enter in at it, man. Only one man can be able to enter in at this, like one at a time. They're walking a tightrope. You know what I'm saying? Even so is Israel's portion. Few there be that find this thing, man. But the elect, you know what I'm saying? The elect of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, is gonna make it through. And this way is set before them for them to make it through. You know what I'm saying? No matter what condition, no matter what circumstances, Yahweh Shemiel Shai is gonna make sure to pull them through. You know what I'm saying? The same way as Yahweh Shai through his darkest hours, and we're approaching our darkest hour, very soon, man. We're seeing what's going around, the information, on touching the MOTB, that time is upon us. You know what I'm saying? But the same way how the Lord, he went through his time, and his sufferings, and he, he obtained his glory after, casting off that shame, in his mind, he saw the glory that was set before him, after. You know what I'm saying? May Yahweh Shemiel Shai, he blesses with the same mindset, man. You know what I'm saying? So that, his name be glorified, you know what I'm saying, through our bodies, in our lifetime, in our, in our straits, in our hell, that we, you know what I'm saying, be upon, this truth that we are in, man. The Lord, through his grace and mercy, you know what I'm saying, ordained us to come into this thing, and, that we be, partakers in the Lord's glory, man. You know what I'm saying, Lord willing. But, be a calm, man. I pray and hope that your brothers and sisters find this edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.